Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Summarized AI. In continuation to our series, today we will explore math module in Python, and it is your go-to toolkit for advanced mathematical operations. It's built on the C standard library, which makes it fast, which means it gives you powerful mathematical functions beyond Python's specific arithmetic, like trigonometry algorithms, powers, rounding, and even mathematical constants such as pi and e, Euler's numbers. Also, match module only supports real numbers. For complex numbers, use the CMath module, which means for real numbers, we have math module, and if we have complex numbers, for that we have CMath module. Let's first talk about basic mathematical functions to calculate square root, power, and absolute positive. So for that, we will be going back to our Visual Studio. Let's create a file, practice.py, and import math module. Okay. After that, we will be writing print and then math dot square root of 4. Okay. If I execute this particular program, it will give me 2, which is a square root of 4. Similarly, we can identify for 25 also, which is going to be a 5. Yep. Now, after that, we have a method as fabs, F-A-B-S, fabs. So fab is nothing. It will return the absolute positive value of a number and it will always be float. So replace this square root with fabs and see like what it gives. If I execute this code, it gives us 25.0. But if I make this number negative, then it will give the positive number in floating. Great. Now, apart from this square root and fabs, we have pow, which is for power. If I wish to find 2 to the power 3, then I can use the power method. So if you see 2 to the power 3 is 8. Similar to that, if I go with 5 power 3, I will have it as 125. We can have any number. We can have like 4, which will give us 625. Yep, correct. So this is how we used pow. We have one more function, a ceil, to round up to the nearest number. So let's try that ceil. And if I have 5.3, okay, it will be rounding up. Okay, sorry, there's a mistake in typo. Now, if I try ceil, it will give 6, which is means we just discussed this. It will be a nearest up, okay, which is 6. Now, if I try 5.8 also, it is going to be a 6. Okay. Now, similar to ceil, we have floor, which is nothing but to down to the nearest number. Okay. Great. So it will flow down. Great. So if we see what is the output here, 5.8, it is going to be a 5. Oh my God. Again, it's an error, typo. Now floor will give us 5. Great. Now if I say 5.1 also, it is going to give us 5. So after that, we have some constant also in Python, such as math.py. Okay, so inside this Python math module, we have some constants also. So let's see that. So let's first try with pi. Okay, let's see what it prints. It prints 3.14, which is a value of pi. Similar to that, we have e also, which is nothing but Euler's numbers. Okay, and if we wish to have positive infinity, we can say .inf. It will give us positive infinity. And with that, we have a NaN, which is not a number, which will return invalid numeric results. Let's see. So, yep, it returns us NaN. Great. Now, apart from this one, in math module, it also provides us rounding and modulo operations. What are those rounding and modulo operations is? For example, if I'm writing math dot trunc, and if I'm writing any number here as 4, let me clear the screen first. And if I write 4, then it is printing the 4, truncates towards 0. Okay. So for example, if I say 4.9, okay, so it will truncate my 9 and it will return 4. Similar to that, we have mod f, mod f. Okay. Now if I say mod f of 4.9, then in that case, it will return as a tuple having decimal value and the integer value, integer come float. But yeah, it will separate out both the 4.0 and the value which we have after the decimal. Great. Now, if we say f mode 4 comma 9 2, let's say 2. Okay. So it is saying 2. Now, if I go here, sorry, I think I know it will be not mode f, it will be f mode. Okay. So if I run this code, it will return only the value after the decimal. Now, if I say 1, then also it is going to return the same thing. Okay, great. Now it will return the remainder of the decimal actually. Yep. Now math module is also having function to calculate trigonometry. So we have some function where we can calculate the trigonometry, and also all trigonometry inputs are in radians by default. So point to be noted. Yep. So I would say if I will say math dot cos 0, then it says 1.0. Okay. Or if I did sine 0, it says 0.0. Okay. We can also try inverse trigonometric functions like math dot assign 1. Okay. Which is okay. Now assign math dot assign 1. Yep. Which is going to return us 1.5, which is nothing but pi by 2. Okay. Now math dot a cos of 0 is also going to return us pi by 2, which is the same number 1.5707. Cool. Now math dot a tan, this is a tan 1, it is going to return us 0.78 pi by 4. Great. Now this is what we have with the trigonometry. Now math module having methods of degrees and radian conversions. Okay, we can convert it. Now for example, if I have math dot degrees and say math dot pi and run this code, it will convert it into the degree, which is 180. Okay. And similar to that, we have radians. Okay. 90. Radians 90. So it will return 1.5. Cool. So this is what we have for degrees and radians conversion. Great. Now, apart from this one, we have exponential functions also, logarithmic and exponential functions. So for example, if we have math.log 10, it will give 2.3. Okay. But if we say math.log 10 of 100, okay, it will give 2.0. Okay. Now we can try exponential functions also, math.exp, which is e to the power x, and we say 2, which is 7.38905. Yep. So this is all about exponential and logarithmic functions provided by math module. Let's have one practical example to calculate. Okay, so we saw all the mathematical functions, different functions. Okay, now let's create one example to calculate area and circumference of a circle. So we already imported the math module and we are saying area equal to math dot pi into math dot pow. Okay, and let the radius be a variable we will create, and then 2. We say radius equal to 2, okay, which is nothing but pi r square. Okay, and here I'm going to print the area. Now let's run this code. We can see we are able to find out the area. Great. So this is how the mathematical calculations work, and we can use the math module. And that's all we have for today on math module in Python. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I will be coming up with more videos on Python, AI, and programming tips. So make sure you hit the notification bell icon. Stay updated. See you in the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.